My name is Michelle English, 29 years old. I work full-time in human resources for an engineering company, and I also run a cake decorating business out of my house. And I go to school in specializing in pastry and culinary school at Oakland Community College. I personally would describe myself as, honest and funny and outgoing and kind of a goofball and pretty driven and know what I want, family-oriented, most definitely. I think my friends would also consider me kind of be a nut and a goofball and pretty original, dependable. I think I come over kind of be mothering over people I care about and be a leader in that. My toughest critics would probably say I don't ask for help, and when I get driven I get a little on my own thing and don't include other people. So.
Interesting, very interesting. Well, let me think. What would be your best and your worst quality?
I think just, not asking for help and I think that is my best and worst quality. I think I'm dependable and I get things done, but I think my life would be easier if I reached out more to people.
Are you working on that?
Giving it my best shot. I think I relate the most to Buddy. He's so close to his family, so close to, the importance of how you come off, the importance of the business and being professional, and how that presents to you, and staying true to what his father wanted, what his mother wants, and I definitely identify with that. I do also identify with his mother though, because I hate erotic cakes, they're gross.
Tell us about your food industry experience, like your culinary school, your jobs, cooking classes, anything so far.
Right now I go to Oakland Community College and I'm in their culinary program, and I'm about halfway through their pastry program. I've learned a lot there. Actually, my one Chef Lois, she ran a bakery out of Rochester for the longest time, and actually Mary Maharford is from there, and she runs Cake Girls in Chicago, and she's kind of always been someone's career I followed for a long time, so it's really cool to work under the same person she worked under for so long. And I've done about 100 cakes out of my house for birthdays, weddings, graduations, every kind of celebration you can think of, and every goofy shape, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm super excited. Every cake gets a little better, a little easier, and it's something I can really get behind. It's fun.
Any specific genre or food or desserts that you like to bake, or what kind of baking do you really hate?
I definitely like making cupcakes. I'm having a lot of fun lately with flavor combinations and doing a lot with liquor, and I did some chocolate red wine cupcakes for a wedding that was at a winery. That was really fitting. And then I have another wedding coming up where they're having a reception here, but they're getting married at a destination wedding in Mexico. So we're doing like mojito cupcakes and strawberry daiquiri cupcakes, and it's really fun to play around with the flavoring and stuff like that. But I have to say, my favorite cake to make are children's birthday cakes. They just have like the best reactions. I remember I made this princess cake for this little girl named Shelby. It was her 3rd birthday, and it was one of those days where nothing really went right, and I had to really work on it, and it was just, the whole thing was falling apart, and finally it was good to go. I was so excited to deliver it and bring it to this house, and I bring it to this house, and this little girl is just like, princess cake, and I just drove home feeling so much better that all the garbage and how hard it was didn't even matter. This little girl was just chanting this cake, and I gave that to her for her birthday, and it's just it's timeless. It's awesome.
Sweet. Oh my gosh. Now, what about hating cakes? What do you hate to make?
Well, as I said earlier, the erotic cakes thing kind of grosses me out, but whatever customer wants. And it's kind of like a personal opinion, but I'm not crazy about pound cake. That's more of because I don't like it. But there's really nothing I really hate. To me, the customer, you gotta make them happy. And if it's going out your comfort zone, it's going out your comfort zone. It's a special occasion, and they should get what they want.
Fair enough. All right. Are you creative in the kitchen? And how elaborate and creative are you with your designs when you get into this?
I feel like I'm very creative in the kitchen. I do a lot of replication cakes of people's own possessions or their favorite things. And I think you just really have to be as detailed as possible and really, steer things. I did someone's disc golf bag, and luckily they gave it to me, and I studied this red disc golf bag that I had in my kitchen for a week and a half just to get it perfectly, each frisbee the right color. And I've done replicas of Crown Royal bottles, Red Wings jerseys, whatever people want and love. I think that if you want it in a cake, you care a lot about it, so you owe that to the customer to really study it and know you've got it right, that this is how many stars are on it, this is the exact color, the shade, and it really makes your creativity just boom. So it's really awesome to take feedback from a customer about someone you don't really know and get to know them just through your creativity.
Tell me about anything like a wacky job or hobby or an interest you might have, you know, about yourself that you think or your friends might think help you stand out?
I think I just have a crazy interest for nostalgia. I love 80s movies and I love the 80s culture, and I love video games. I love cartoons from when I was a kid. I mean, you know, like anything I can remember. I love Star Wars and quoting movies from like Caddyshack to Ghostbusters, and you know, I love like so many different types of music. I mean, I feel like my interests are so wide that like there's so many things that I'm passionate about and care about, and I love to travel. I love the Detroit Tigers. I love Michigan football. I love actually the University of Michigan in general because I went there, and sometimes I get fights over that, you know. Just, you know, I guess all things like that.
Now, just, I don't know, one of your friends had pointed out about something that you have. You have like this huge collection of like 80s shirts, you know. What started you on this? You know, they want to know.
I think like, you know, there's such a stigma that certain girls don't get into nerdy stuff, and that's kind of my, you know, my ace in my pocket that like really makes my personality pop. Is like, okay, this girl is wearing a Transformers t-shirt, or she's wearing a Johnny Cash t-shirt, and you know, it kind of blew up on itself, and now I have so many of them that like, I have 2 drawers in my dresser of just like goofy t-shirts with all kinds of weird stuff on them. But I think it just kind of, your interests are your personality, and you know, what better way to just have it plastered across your shirt, you know?